Cyber Friends, Mitty Man, coming back at you from Walker's Music. We get another word for the day. On top of the morning, we give a big shout out to the YouTube family from Baby Justice all the way up to Big Papa JT. We count it as a blessing. God knows that we have been trying to do a lot of things in recent months and everything. We had a lot on our plate. A lot of things have transpired. A lot of things have made some changes that are going to forever affect myself personally, perhaps until Jesus comes. But nevertheless, we give him glory and we give him honor. I want to go on and say that, whatever we do, we must always do it for the glory of God. We should anyway. And I keep on saying that, and I'm going to forever say it. We owe him everything. We owe him our lives and everything else, that our whole being. I was doing some listening to some different music, and me and my buddy David Maxwell, we were discussing last night about how the hip hop community and how hip hop has really just boomed these last few years. And I was telling Dave that I noticed some things that about it, and I'm not gonna repeat what me and him discussed, but nevertheless we saw some characteristics and some things that were, I feel, that were one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why it may be successful as far as the world is concerned. But I always say music is God-given, and God created it, and there's no bad music, but Satan can take what God meant for good and he can contaminate it. I never will forget that interview that Jamal Hartwell had with Bruce Allen of Allen and Allen. And Bruce is a minister of the gospel now, and when he did this last interview with Jamal, he was in Jacksonville, Florida, and he made that comment about music, God being the creator of it, and then that Satan, once music left heaven, by the time it get to us, that Satan maybe have contaminated it. All I know is, people, that we can look at the internet and the entertainment industry, and you can see a lot of stuff that's not God-like. In other words, and as far as I feel that you can get yourself caught up in it real easy if you're not careful. It's a lot of lewdness out there, and on behalf of the male and the female. And matter of fact, smut sells people. That just automatically. The porn industry is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, multi-billion, and it sells. And matter of fact, a lot of times we use and we expose the female body, and we use it, I say, sometimes in the wrong way. But nevertheless, we judge nobody. We judge no one. And I guess you know what I'm saying, people, that if you're in darkness, you can't see light. No one faults you. But it's after you have seen light and then you go back in darkness, then I have a problem with that. But nevertheless, I want to say something this morning to the YouTube family, to each one that might see the video. I think a lot of times, if we would just sit and just really think about why we are doing something, I don't think we'll do a lot of them. I mean, if we would sit and think the real reason why and get a good reason of why we do something, I don't think a lot of the things that we do during the day, all day and night, we would do them. Some things are not convenient. Apostle Paul said everything is permissible to him, but not everything was convenient. I take that as to mean I am free. My freedom in Christ doesn't give me license to just do any kind of thing and live any kind of way. My liberty doesn't give me an occasion to sin. In other words, we take that phrase, no one's perfect. A lot of times when you hear people use that, it is something now that they're trying to do or going to do or want to do, and they're going to use that to stand behind. The children of Israel, when they left Egypt, Egypt typifying a type of world system, and once they left Egypt, out of the whip of the Pharaoh, the bondage, the stench of bondage, they never ceased to complain and murmur against Moses and God every time they wanted something that they couldn't get, or they felt that they needed or missed. They started complaining about the leeches and the onions and the garlic that they had in Egypt. They was out there in the wilderness starving to death, which they wasn't starving, but nevertheless, people, we need to check ourselves. And as we go from day to day, and let us be careful and mindful of the reason why we do things. And like I say, a lot of times, you're not going to get endorsed by many. Matter of fact, very seldom that people that know you will not even, I don't understand it, but sometimes the people that really know you well, those will be the first ones to condemn you or not try to support what you do. Remember, Jesus was born in Bethlehem, but he grew up in Nazareth. He could not do any great work in Nazareth because the people that saw him as the carpenter's son, they didn't see the greatness in him because they couldn't see past the social status. So that's the way some of us are. And like I say, is when it comes to the doing certain things, people, it's just as right for you to do certain things as you expect others to do certain things. Even to, like I said, I think I've said this 2 or 3 different times on the net. Some people just feel that you're supposed to just cater to them all the time. And it's not. It shouldn't be that way. In other words, if you have me on your contact list, I got you on my contact list. Why should you have to wait for me to message you all the time? Or why should I have to wait for you to message me? Sometimes, I feel like this. Sometimes, if I feel a person don't want to be bothered, they'll put away. They'll put away, or I'm busy, or I'm away from my desk. Some sort of status to let you know that they are busy at that moment. Excuse me. But if you're going to have an away status your entire time while on the social network or whatever, why even bother to get on? That is saying that, okay, I'm going to let everybody know I don't want to be bothered. Well, just don't bother to sign on. Because if you sit there and you waiting for somebody to text you, to say hi, to say hello, how you doing? Well, it's just as much, why should I sit there and do that when I got a keyboard here, I can text you too sometimes. It's just the right thing to do, people. It's just the right thing to do. And I think sometimes, we can get caught up in a little bit of things just like that, and we can get, twisted. But nevertheless, we give God all the praise and honor. And I tell everybody that we need to keep occupied till Christ comes. Let's continue to do what we need to do. And let's join together. Let's not be selfish about nothing. Let's not be selfish about nothing. And for everything, let's do it all for the glory of God. That when the day of refreshing comes, we will not be ashamed. And until the next time, like I said, I thank for all the little comments that have been made on the little video tutorial. Like I said, for the beginning musician. And it's good to know that somebody's getting something from them. And when you comment, that does make me know that they are appreciated and needed or wanted. And that will make me continue to do them. So with that being said, this is Mitty Man saying peace and goodbye.